Hello. This review pertains to zeros of a polynomial. It's a lot of words in math mean the same thing. So in this lesson or this review, you have zeros, x-intercepts. Remember, that's where the graph crosses the y-axis. Solutions, and roots. Those four words mean the same thing for our purposes. So you can be asked four different questions and solve them each the same way. So let's look at question 1. The graphs below represent functions defined by polynomials. For which function are the zeros of the polynomial 2 and -3? Let me zoom in just a touch. So what we're looking for is where the graph crosses at x equals 2 and x equals -3. So looking at this guy is x equals -2, and this one, 1, 2, 3, is x equals +3. Well, that's close, but that's not the right answer. So let's scroll down. This looks like it's -2 right here, but this is -3. Keep on trying. Here we go. This is at x equals -3, and this one is x equals 2. And then this one down here is +2 and +3. So our answer is the third one. All right, for the next one, number 2, it says the graph y equals f of x is shown below. Now the question down here says which set, that means which group, lists all the real solutions of f of x equals 0. That is a fancy way of what are the zeros or what are the x-intercepts. So I always like to go from left to right. This guy is -2. This is 0. And this is 3. So let's look down here, -2, 0, 3. Oops, I guess that circle didn't want to move. My dogs. Number 3, what are the zeros of the polynomial function graph below? Okay, give this a try. Pause the video and then come back and check your work. So I circled the numbers that went with the zeros. It's -3, -1, and 2. Option number 1. So our answer is the group -3, -1, and 2. So for this one, we have the graph of y equals x to the third minus 4x squared plus x plus 6. Now the question down here, what is the product of the roots? Well, we know roots means where the x-intercepts are. So we have these 3 numbers. So we got -1, 2, and 3. Those are x-intercepts. Now let's look at the question again. It says what is the product? That means multiplication. So what we have to do is multiply these 3 numbers together, and you get -6. That's taking something that you can easily understand and then twisting it around and making it a really tricky question. For now, we're going to skip number 5. Actually, never mind. Let's try number 5. I didn't put factors in the beginning because factors and x-intercepts are different. Factor and x-intercepts are opposite signs. So what we have here, we have one factor is x, one factor is x minus 2, and one factor is x plus 5. Well, that means the zeros, like for this guy right here, is x equals 2. For this guy, x plus 5, our zeros, the opposite sign, x equals -5. And since this guy doesn't have a number, it's x equals 0. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a -5, a 0, and a 2. It could be this one. This one only has 2 x-intercepts. And this one is -2, 0, 5. That's tricky. There's no other question like that, but hopefully they won't ask that on this Regents. Now these, you're going to need your graphing calculator for, which I don't have on this computer. But I know you guys have been practicing graphing calculator all year, so it shouldn't be too terrible. They're asking for zeros. So you're going to put this into y equals, type x squared minus 5x minus 6, and then you're going to see where the graph crosses the x-axis. So after that, press graph, and then you can just see where it crosses the axis, or you can look on the table, second graph, and see where the y's are zeros. So whatever those numbers are here, that's what your zeros are. You're going to work on this section and then check your answers after you're finished. This next one, again, I can't do to show you on the graphing calculator because I'm doing this at home. It says, based on the graph below, which expression is a possible factorization? So we have this. I'm looking at my x-intercepts. That's -3, 2, and 5. So what you do is you try each one of these, put that into y equals, and then look and see what the graph looks like. I will tell you, when you graph the correct answer, this part gets cut off, but you're just looking for the